Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing the latest generation Rolex Oyster Perpetual Yacht-Master II, reference 116688, a timepiece that was originally launched as a full yellow gold bracelet model at Baselworld 2007. This watch features that arrangement of gold and dial design, albeit with the mechanical upgrade that arrived in 2013 and the dial refinements that arrived in 2017. So this is the latest variation in every respect. 44 millimeters in yellow gold. The watch has wrist presence on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. 50 millimeters from lug to lug. The watch is truly broad when you include the end links, the solid end links of the bracelet, which extend the timepiece monstrous 57 millimeters across the wrist, and yet I can wear it easily, and I can even recommend it for a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference. There is a curvature about the profile of this bracelet that wraps it around the wrist and makes it viable on a smaller or borderline wrist. It's not thick at 13.9 millimeters. It will fit underneath the tight cuff, and the spacing between the lugs 21 millimeters, though I have never seen a person put this watch on an aftermarket strap. You know that 21 millimeters is the size you would need. But the reason people don't strap this one up is because of the bracelet. Now the bracelet, perhaps more than any other factor, is the reason this yellow gold Rolex feels like another brand's platinum watch. There is just so much metal in this timepiece. Start with the fact that the case back is solid gold and not a cheap $30 sapphire. Sapphire is light, gold is dense. The bracelet is all solid link, the end link, the center links, and of course you have a robust milled out clasp that is very solid. And of course, it's a double lock. Quickly jump back to the bracelet. You can see alternating satin and polish with polished outer faces and removable links fixed by screws for sizing. This is not the clasp you get on your Datejusts and your Oyster Perpetuals. It isn't the lift lock system. It's the clamshell system with the lift lock and the internal beak in the hook that you get on your Daytonas, your Sea Dwellers, your Submariners. This is the Rolex sports watch bracelet. Nicely finished internally. You can see that it includes Easy Link, which is a 5mm fold-out system that allows you to effectively add or remove one sizable link without using tools. And you'll also see that there are 3 divots inside the clasp, and Rolex is always evolving. These divots, which let you change the anchoring of the bracelet, now feature little tracks to help you locate the spring bar at the base of the bracelet inside the divots. They think of everything. Now the bracelet is very secure, but it's also well made from an ergonomic standpoint. As you can see, there are plenty of gaps as well as channeled profiles between the links to avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. The case is perhaps the one facet of the watch that reminds me distinctly of the original Yacht-Master, and in fact you can see that the profiles of the case are not the Rolex Submariner's super case. This is a sub which is squared off and severe. This is actually the case band you get with the original Yacht-Master, right down to the flatted feet at the underside of the lug. And you can see when I put them crystal to crystal just how the two really is simply an enlarged one. So in case profile and lug profile, these are exactly the same, just different in size. Now the bezel is an extraordinary piece, and it's one of the reasons that this watch is so colorful. It is a rotating component of the movement. We'll talk about that in a moment, but it features yellow gold fill inside a nearly scratch-proof blue Rolex Cerachrom ceramic insert. The dial is nuanced, and of course there were changes to the 2017 dial, the principal changes being the shape of the index at 12, the shape of the index down at 6 o'clock, and the arrival of the time-tested Rolex Mercedes-style hour hand, as well as the arrival of all case-colored indices for the hours. Originally on these watches they were blued regardless of whether you're getting white gold steel or yellow gold. Now you can see that they are yellow gold to match the case. They are white gold for the steel watch, and for the white gold watch they are white gold. So an array of colors, a chalk finished dial. It's not a gloss white like you'll find on an Explorer 2. It is a sort of matte. Not gloss, but matte. It absorbs light nicely, and it's graced by a few handsome embellishments. There's a beautiful blue border to the 10-minute countdown track. There is a concentric circular brushed satin finish to the chapter ring around the sunken sub-seconds, and the seconds hand at center is actually the chronograph minutes. And folks ask me, what happens when the 10-minute countdown ends and the chronograph's still running? Well, the seconds hand continues to circulate. Because of the vertical clutch, which does not create additional wear and tear on the watch, you are allowed to simply keep the chronograph chronograph seconds hand operating if you prefer not to look at center seconds. 3-day power reserve, full bridge, free-sprung balance, overcoil hairspring made by hand with Cerachrom Blue COSC certified Swiss chronometer, Rolex +2 -2 per 24-hour superlative chronometer precision certification, 100 meters water resistant. It is a column wheel vertical clutch chronograph, so it's both crisp, and you can see there's no jump or stagger to the start of the seconds hand. Crisp to actuate because of the column wheel, precise in its operation because of the vertical clutch. Now let's talk about the programmable system. The programmable system, let's stop the chronograph, which I should mention is a flyback chronograph. It returns to its pre-programmed countdown. Turn the crown after justifying the bezel counterclockwise, and in the basic position, the winding position, you push the single chronograph pusher down at 4 o'clock, and now you turn the crown in its winding position, and you set the retrograding style instrument that operates the Regatta countdown timer. Now, you turn the bezel back, we've set it to 2 minutes, you screw in the crown, and you start the chronograph. And as you can see, you can use it as a conventional stop-start chronograph, and every time you reset it, it will reset to the programmed, stored countdown number. It has a mechanical memory, but you can also start it and use it as a flyback chronograph. It has flyback capability to reset and restart with a single press of the chronograph pusher. That is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Yacht-Master II in its latest iteration in full gold. You can see this monster and make it yours on the watch box. Rolex Yacht-Master II with Rolex Chromolite Blue Lume, yellow by day, blue by night. If you wonder what is the difference between the original 4160 caliber and the 4161 that I mentioned is in this watch, the 4161 is tougher, more reliable, and has longer legs between services because of some changes that were made to the chronograph reset system. It's more crisp, more reliable, and more consistent over time. And now you know.